Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name's Talik and we'll be reviewing the Nintendo Switch. It's been out for 5 years and I'm just gonna review it to see like what is the pros and cons with the Switch. Before we get to that, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Make sure to go to my website. I post different games, articles, stuff like that, and also what are my thoughts about it, like what I think. It's mostly just game reviews. So if you guys want to check that out, you guys can. I'll leave a link down in the description below, and I'll be excited if you guys read about it. Let's see. Give me down in the comments below what you guys think with the website. You guys think I should improve on it, or do you guys think I should like change it or just scrap it all together? So let me know. So right now I'm gonna go with the negatives of the Nintendo Switch, which is the biggest one, the JoyCon Drift. The JoyCon Drift was not a good feature for the Nintendo Switch. I mean, you had the Joy-Cons and you had your characters either they're moving like left or right or just not moving at all. Before, Nintendo didn't really address this problem really well, and they just didn't really want to fix the console, or not the console, but just the Joy-Cons themselves. Like they want you to send the Joy-Cons to them and then send it back, and then hopefully it'll be fixed. Hopefully it won't be more headache. I heard also that the new model still has this problem. However, now we have a solution to the problem that can be fixed easily. Another problem with the Nintendo Switch is also the software UI customization, which means that the theme for it is pretty lame compared to like the PS4 and the Xbox, which has unique themes. This one kind of bland, kind of boring. Even the Wii U had more variety of, like, it shows your Mii's out there connecting with each other, and then it just seemed like it was rushed and bland and boring. So yeah, hopefully they fix that in the future, but I highly doubt it. I mean, it's pretty much been 5 years, and usually Nintendo, they just really, usually by a 5-year mark, they have already a console already in the works already. Three, to me, it had a bad launch. Breath of the Wild was kind of holding up the sales, but other than that, he didn't really have any games till later on. So right now, before, like when it came out in March of 2017, he just had Breath of the Wild driving in the sales for the Switch, even though you can play Breath of the Wild on the Wii U. So what we have here: bad launch, bad Joy-Cons, and bad UI feature. The fourth one I was gonna say is the eShop on the Switch is not that great. The Switch eShop, I mean, yeah, it has a bunch of indie games, stuff like that, but it didn't really have much games from the past. You still cannot play GameCube games, and even though it's been like GameCube's been out for 20 years now, and you still cannot play them on the shop. It's kind of frustrating. You also cannot play other games as well that should have been on the eShop, but it's not on it. Like, there's stuff on the Wii U one, but not on the Switch. So that's a bit frustrating as well. And also with the eShop, you have different memberships where you can just pay $19.99. And then the most controversial one, you have to pay $59.99 for the N64 one, which I think is a negative. Guys, I mean, first of all, you guys want to pay $60 for the membership, and plus the controller itself that it comes with, it doesn't seem like it has. I think it has like a lot of problems as well. Plus, due to the illumination on it, I heard people are having complaints. Some people are saying it plays fine, but then the other people are saying it lags, and it's not a really good thing. Not a really good thing for the Switch at all. Though, hey, it has Super Nintendo games and NES games that play really well, but apparently Nintendo cannot illuminate the N64 games really well as well. That's weird. Yeah, Switch, the negatives are there, but let's get into the positives. So, the positives for the Nintendo Switch is that it has great games. You have Mario Odyssey, you have Splatoon, you have freaking, like I said, Breath of the Wild, you have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, you have Fire Emblem Three Houses, you have Persona 5 Strikers, you have Shin Megami Tensei 5. There's a lot to choose from when you go onto the Nintendo Switch, and it had more of a variety of games compared to, like, I would say the Wii U, which does have good games, but it just didn't really drive in the sales unlike the Switch. So yeah, good games, Second, it has good indie games. There's a lot of indie games that are just so good on the Switch. You can just go to the eShop right now and purchase them. That's the only time the eShop is great to go on the Switch to. It is get some indie games and play them. I'm gonna show you a bunch of indie games right now. Here, it's like a photo shows all this, that, all. Free for the positives with the Switch is that it can. Is the obvious one. You can bring it out outside. I mean, you can play it outside, you can play it indoors. The Switch is like a console where it's a hybrid. You can play it on the go, or you can just play it to relax. I mean, that could be a positive thing or a negative thing because now you don't really need like handhelds anymore. Handhelds, the Switch pretty much put a handheld out of business, so now we don't have handhelds as much as we did in the past. No 3DS, no DS, no Game Boy Advance. They're all dead. Sorry guys, but you can play them on the eShop right now. So there's that. The fourth one's my personal one. It's been a console that's like one of the greatest Nintendo consoles they've ever created. And plus two, it has driven their sales up to the roof. Like, this is one of their most successful consoles of all time, money-wise, compared to the last console, the Wii U, which was deemed as a failure and didn't really drive in the sales. And I'm just gonna put in my point for the future of Nintendo. Let's see like what's gonna happen later on. Are they gonna make a new console, or they are just going to not make a new console at all? They're just gonna stick with the Switch and have it be still in the sales for 10 years. Or they could make the Switch just as powerful as the PS5 or Xbox Series X. Maybe it could compete with the Xbox Series X or PS5 in general, but I don't think that's gonna be possible because Nintendo doesn't really focus on more power anymore. They want to focus on the innovation. So this console, the new console is going to come out, it's probably going to be a different type of console that's probably going to have unique ideas, implement in probably like streaming or mostly for, I'm probably going to say on the TV side where you can do certain features that you can never do before. So that's what I think is going to happen as well. But I don't know. I mean, only the future can tell what Nintendo is going to offer later on. And that is my opinion on the Nintendo Switch. So what do you guys think of what the Nintendo Switch is gonna last longer, or do you guys think that the Nintendo Switch is going to fade into oblivion? And then what is you guys' favorite game for the Nintendo Switch? Do you guys like Fire Emblem Free Houses, Super Mario Odyssey? Let me know down in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.